box over here, so I can still be scrolling, but I still hear it.
Yo. The way just do, he just smooth, bringing much news with the facts when he crush fools. I'm rough school, I bust moves like crush groove. Pass me the mic and I'll turn it into lunch food. Just cool, but talk slick and he'll punch dudes. Cowards get the message and they hush like chubs do. You can bring your whole bus crew plus two. T-Dub-T is astronomical, you comical. You a fool if you think we'll ever honor you. Them other channels ain't shit, no abdominal. This the face of new media, fuck a Donahue. You see my giant crew, we shine like a diamond do. If any trolls disrespect, yo, we finding you. We all surrounding you, it ain't no reminding you. He already done surpassed what you trying to do. So quit the fake smoke, you suckers better take notes. When you step into the chat, you better wipe your feet. Hit the like and keep your comments short and sweet. My homie just not a joke, you don't want a war. Plus a deep boxing IQ, you don't want to spar. He broadcasted from Jersey, so we straight. Put you deep in the dirt, that's why they call this the Garden State. You seem tough but not a threat like a garden snake. We not scared of you, we chopping off a head or two. Mark your calendar, remember what we said to you. It's no option, it's just do boxing. Mark your calendar, remember what I'm telling you. It's no option, it's just do boxing. Word of mother. T-Dub-T. We in the spot. LDBC strong.
Al Green.
Okay.
I'm so in love with you. Oh, whatever you want to do.
I'm talking about Tony.
It's alright with me. Cause you make
you're living crazy, that's the only way you go tonight. Baby, don't you stop to do what you want. Finding life, do what you wanna do. This ain't no running mine. It's get the Caroline.
Man, what's good, family? What's good? We back again. I won't be here too long on this, but I am a Dallas Cowboy supporter, and they very disappointing the way they do they players, man. They very disappointing. Very disappointing how they do. They disrespectful, man. Disrespectful, man. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. Let me say what's up to the family, man. What's good, DP Rocker? What's good, my bro? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you pulling up. Ant was good with it. What's good with it, Ant? How you feeling, bro? I understand why they released Zeke. One out of his own mouth. Jerry Jones says he got to be drafted behind Robinson. Cool. But we're going to get into it, though. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to have a little conversation. Thrill Hill, what's good with it, fam? We were just not surprised. Supposedly they could have restructured his deal. From what I read, it wasn't presented. His paper will dramatically reduced. Salute to Thrill Hill. Skills, Mr. New Orleans in the flesh. What's good with it, my brother? Boxing, what's good, bro? How you feeling? Salute to my baby girl, the Queen. How you feeling? Don't work too hard over there. And rub third time's a charm for me. Rub him one time, bro. Everyone in the chat, safe travels, D man, my bro. Salute to you, Brody. Appreciate you pulling up as always. Edgar Chavez, salute to you, Brody. Jersey in the building. How you feeling, bro? Big Tex, what's good, my guy? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Y'all know I'm more than likely gonna be back with my boxing conversation, but I had to vent a little bit this morning, man. Know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? They so disrespectful, Mike. Man, they done brought your boy Justice, not the tears though, but I'm annoyed with football as a whole. And this y'all know what the NFL stand for? They tell y'all the NFL stand for National Football League. But I'm here to tell y'all that NFL stand for not for long. Bro, it's not for long. Your time will be short-lived in football, bro. It don't matter what you bring to the table, how good you was. All it takes is a couple off years or a couple injuries, and you not even getting it the hell with your production slipping. They not even giving you the same opportunities that you once got. So what's gonna happen naturally when you got, and you know the shelf life of a running back is a lot shorter than most of these other positions, right? The physical toll that it take on your body, the constant hits that they take, and things like that. So what I'm saying is, you want to utilize your guy when you got him, when he in his prime. And I feel like they did that with Zeke for a good portion of his career. But I feel like, this was something that it's surprising, but then again, it's not surprising because this is how Dallas moves. This is what the Cowboys do to people. You get what I'm saying? They release their players. This is why I got Dez in the thumbnail. And I said it. I know this was years ago. And I'm still bringing it up because I ain't over it. Nah, they still bogus as hell. They since releasing Dez Bryant, they ain't never had a player as passionate as Dez Bryant was on Dallas, bro. And that's a fact. That's something that you never replace that. He was the heartbeat of this team, bro. You ain't never find a replacement. Still to this day, I have not seen a more passionate Cowboys player than Dez Bryant, bro. But you know how they did him too? After breaking records and doing all that, all the touchdowns he caught, all the exciting plays. Do you know what they did to him? Released him. Put him in a position where, damn, your own team don't see no value in you. Then what, you know what I'm saying? What we need you for. You know what I mean? Dallas, man, is disappointing, bro. They continue to do things that to me just is in bad taste, bro. It's in bad taste. They do our people dirty, bro. They do our people dirty. They don't even trade them for nothing. They don't even set them up and make sure that they got a career after them. They use them up and then they just throw them and let them fend for themselves. I just don't like the mentality of the Dallas Cowboys, bro. I think they bogus as hell for that. And they gonna learn. They're gonna learn, man. MP, my Brody, what's good with it? MP, how you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up. Let me drop a flame for my brother. Yeah, you play 3 years, you can get a pension. Right. I just don't like the way they do our players, bro. Like when it pertains to Dez, I feel like the least you could have did was make sure he still had a job outside of the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all didn't do that, but you know who you made sure was good. You know who you made sure, who you paid twice and made sure he was good. And life after football was great for him. He retired because he literally got broken up and had no choice but to retire for the most part. You made sure Tony Romo was good. Y'all made sure Tony Romo, all that flack that he got through the years, Romo was a bum. They need to get rid of him. All the criticism. But did that stop them from paying that guy again? Absolutely not. Didn't he win, one playoff game in his entire career? And I love me some Romo. I was the one always defending him. But y'all made sure he got paid. You ain't leave him in a situation where he got to figure out what team he going to be on next. Y'all weak for that. It's in poor taste, man. The Dallas Cowboys are very distasteful in terms of dealing with their people, man, and how they deal with their players that put on for them. Y'all literally, to me, it looked like you used Zeke up till it was no more. And I don't even think he done the way people say it. Just people don't pay attention. They don't know how to put things in perspective. You get what I'm saying? I can't even remember the last time Zeke touched the ball 20 times in a game. That's not, how you a starting running back, but you don't get starting running back touches? How are you the starting running back, but you got the backups getting more touches than the starter? Get what I'm saying? They set you up for failure, it looked like. You was underutilizing them. You get what I'm saying? Underutilizing them, putting Tony Pollard in. He was doing his thing in spots. You know what I mean? He had a lot of good plays. He did well, but I always told people it's a reason why he was behind Zeke. Now with Zeke being gone, I want to see if Tony Pollard going to be the starter, because all these people that was dissing Zeke for the shiny new toy and Tony Pollard, man, y'all might have to eat some crow if he don't look like no starter. I'm telling you. Right, Mike Biggs. That's what it seemed like they did to him. And Again, how you a starter, but you're not getting starter touches? I called this out. This is my issue with this. I be calling this stuff out in advance, bro. Like my bro is a Cowboy fan, right? And I was telling him, I said, you already see it with his production. His production is slowing down, right? I said, they let this dude play when they should have benched him because he was injured, right? And I said, as a result, he's not going to produce at the same level that he wants. And he's not going to get the same. He's already not getting the same touches. He's not the same guy that he was when he first came into the year 2016. And you know what I mean? A year or so after that, you get much older as a running back. But it's important that you allow this dude to be successful by giving him the touches and putting him in position to succeed. Y'all use Zeke like he was some just run-of-the-mill type dude. You get what I'm saying? He still produced. He had a solid year last year, and y'all didn't even use him the right way. You got dudes making whole hashtags and hats that say run the damn ball because that they wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like they get rid of Zeke like he the issue over there. Come on, man. Man, at least trade the man, do something. Try to put that man in a position to continue to win after y'all, man. Do y'all players better than that. Dr. Wayne, what's good, fam? Appreciate you pulling up. How you feeling? Cowboys got to stop trying to build franchises around non-drafted and fourth round pick QBs. We got to go after a first round QB. I get where you're going with that, Dr. Wayne. I get why you would say that. I get why you feel like that, right? But that could be a potential issue, right? Josh, my Brody, what's good with it, Josh? Appreciate you, bro. This live won't be for everybody, but again, this was just a short little conversation that I had to build on because I do watch other sports outside of boxing, but boxing is my number one. And for reasons like this, you can't be traded in boxing. You get what I'm saying? I love that. You get what I'm saying? Now they can go get other coaches and trainers and things like that, but at the end of the day, the fighter that you root for is still the fighter. Nowadays, I dare you to go get a football jersey if you want. Boy, you be lucky if you could wear it the next year. You know what I'm saying? You go get a jersey by the time you start wearing it, dude on a whole nother team with a different number. Bugger. Told y'all the NFL, they tell you it stands for the National Football League. Just Do is here to tell you that it stands for not for long. I'm trying to tell you, not for long. You just, they don't do you well, man. They threw my man to the wolves like that. How you gonna treat your most passionate and one of the most productive players that you had like trash, bro? You just released the man, just did him dirty, bro. Just did him dirty. Y'all couldn't have treated Dez Bryant better than that. And he caught it. And Dez still caught it. I still ain't over that. Yeah, I remember what y'all did to my man in Green Bay. Had my man looking like Pookie without his fix on the sideline, bro. Bro was like, man, but I caught it though. Dez was sick, bro. That Dez was sick, man. Wear baggy clothes. Oh, well, I was born in 86. Me too, Josh. Me too. I'm an 86 baby as well, bro. I wear fitted stuff, though, because I'm a slim guy, so I can't be running around with the baggy fit. Look crazy on me, you know. But, yeah, man, I just had to rant a little bit this morning, man. A little bit, man. And I know people got all these justifications, and they got all these, you know, reasonings for it. Like, nah, bro. They do their players dirty, yo. Look how they look. This is a pattern. Look how they did DeMarcus Ware. We ain't even got to go on the offensive side of things. Look how they did DeMarcus Ware. Was he or was he not one of the best players that they ever had on their team? Ever. He was one of the best players that they ever had on their team. But look how they did him in the end. He had to go to they didn't even want to pay him. He had to go to somewhere else to get a Super Bowl, and I'm happy for him. Man had to go to the Broncos, and he went over there and got one. Y'all asses on, man. Cowboys, y'all got to do better, man. Y'all be doing y'all players dirty. Y'all don't even make sure that they good for life. After, you know what I mean, football with another team. Like, you just, release. Nah, we don't even got to try to trade. Don't do nothing. Just think about what I'm saying. The best players. Same thing with DeMarcus Ware. They really do nonsense. BS would be some of the best or most productive players that we had in the stretch. And look how they do them, yo. I just expect them to treat people a lot better than that, man. And they don't, bro. They don't. Y'all release. My issue, y'all, when you release, like, you trying to tell me he that bad and people going to justify, yeah, Zeke ain't been looking the same. Yeah, he ain't been getting the same carries. And he still was producing with the carries that he got. Don't tell me I watch it. And I'll be watching them numbers. He ain't deserve to get dead like this, man. They always make it about money. They don't never want to pay nobody. But like I said, y'all made sure Romo got paid twice. Get out of here, man. He won one playoff game. This dude got 2 rushing titles. Damn, this is how you do him? God damn, bro. They do their players dirty, bro. Wasn't a problem for the team. He wasn't a cancer for the team. I don't want to hear that. That wasn't the case. What excuse y'all have for DeMarcus Ware? Why y'all didn't pay him? Let him go somewhere else. Y'all use y'all players up, and then y'all throw him to the side, man. Throw him to the side. Now I'm not jacking this. Y'all gonna do my boy like that. Y'all already got DeMarcus Ware, Dez Bryant, and Ezekiel Elliot, man. Nah, they bogus. Jay, man. Jay, my bro Jay. They bogus, Jay. They bogus. Yeah, I'm on your ass. We gonna vent, man. Yeah, we gonna vent a little bit. How can everybody even act like they cool with this? You know what I'm saying? I'm not jacking it. Man, they almost making me not want to root for them the way they keep doing these players, bro. Oh, shit, my bad. I'm tripping. Yeah, man, somebody would I feel like they'd pick them up. I don't think it's the end for them, but it's still, you get what I'm saying? Like, where the loyalty be at, man? The man put it on the line for you, man. He gave you some great years of football, man. You get what I'm saying? Some great years of football. Salute to my bro, Jay Gibson. D Free was good with it. Yeah. You already know D Free. What's good with my bro? Murray, Jake, like, come on, like, you see the pattern? That's where I'm going with it. I'm tired of all these clever excuses as to why a player is no longer on the team. I don't want to hear that no more, man. Y'all, I'm tired of y'all. Y'all got more than enough. The thing is, what's mind-blowing, y'all, is we know undeniably the Cowboys are one of the richest franchises in sports, but they never want to pay nobody. Man, it's crazy. It don't even be like they don't got the money. They just don't want to do it. Jelly Bean, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Man, Barber, the list goes on and on. They really do players dirty, but they made sure Romo was good. That man won you one, and that's my guy. That man won one playoff game, and y'all made sure he was set up. Pay him. He had to retire. The football retired him, broke his body all up. Miles Austin, come on, Jay. You get what I'm saying, bro? They just do our players dirty, man. These dudes go out there and put everything on the line for this team, and they do them dirty like that. What's good, my brody D Free? How you feeling, man? Commanders still take applications for new fans. Grindhard Sports Nation, what's good, my bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Now, facts, it's sports business ain't really no loyalty, but you know what? I want to know why they were so loyal to Tony Romo. You know what I'm saying? Cyree, what's good with it, fam? Appreciate you pulling up. Flame. Look, man, I think it's more complex than he did nothing after that, right? Because you gotta tell me, like, what is considered doing nothing. I know one thing, like, I don't know how much people follow the Cowboys, but this is actually my team. It's the only team I ever had. So again, I could give people some leeway when they say what he didn't do, right? But I think he did damn well with the carries that he did get. You get what I'm saying? Why would you pay a guy and then start using them less? That's already it. I called it. I said this. I said, yo, they're not using this man. After they paid him, everybody's going to say he got his money and he ain't do nothing. I called this. I'm like, but you can't produce when you're not being put in position, in the best positions to produce. How are you a starter, but you're allowing a backup running back to touch the ball more? Don't give me no excuses. If that's the case, then he should be starting. Like, I didn't understand that. If Zeke wasn't healthy with the years, we obviously know he wasn't, then you should have benched him. You get what I'm saying? Because all you're doing is making it worse for him at the end of the day. All I'm saying is the dude wasn't a cancer for the team, and he was one of the best blockers we had. Tell me I'm lying. One of the best blockers we had. He wasn't just a runner, man. Zeke really, man, some of the blocks that he put his body on the line for Dallas, man, he did more than his share. You get what I'm saying? I seen a considerable dip in touches, opportunities once they paid him. Why would you pay him and play him less and expect more? And he's getting older. It wouldn't make no sense. You get what I'm saying? Terry Smoot, almost, man, bro. If I ain't say Terry Smoot, bro, I was like, man, Zeke, my guy, man. Zeke, my guy. In history, when he got paid, trust me, it wasn't worth it. But you get, I mean, look, bro, it's not. I'm not even going there with it because I feel like, you know, you putting your body on the line. He earned them dollars. It's a reason he got them. You get what I'm saying? It was a yeah, right. It's a reason he got him. I got you, D Free. It's a reason he got paid, like, because he showed you he was capable. You get what I'm saying? And we got to put things in perspective, bro. Like you, hold on, my bad, y'all. Shit, my bad. You gotta put things in perspective, man. The shelf life of a running back ain't like a receiver or something like that. So, you know what I mean? You gotta strike while the iron is hot. And I believe he still had more to offer, but they didn't give him a chance to prove that because his production or should I say his opportunities dropped. So what's gonna happen? You're getting older, not done yet, but you're getting older. You're not the same 20-something year old that you was when you came into the league, bro. So you get what I'm saying? You're not no spring chicken, bro. So you got to keep that guy active. You got to use him. You got to actually give him the opportunities to be successful. And I don't think they did that. I remember Darren McFadden. I like Darren McFadden. He put the Salvation Army kettle on the mat. Talk to him, Jay. Talk to him, man. Hey, man. Hey, no. Now blocking is just something I highlighted. He ain't just block, bro. Like y'all gotta. Again, we got to make sure we having the same conversation. This is not so much about his numbers being great. This is not the argument I'm making. The argument I'm making is how they did him. Now, I mean, he put on for this team, bro. He put on for this team, and I keep telling people, yo. Now, I don't know if it's changed, you know, since last year, right? But people are saying how bad Zeke was, but not taking into account. And I said this before. It's not just the numbers. If he was that bad, he wouldn't still have more rushing yards than every other running back since he came into the league. Somebody would have eclipsed him or bypassed that number. Now, like I said, after last year, I don't know if that's still the case, but I know before the end of the last season, last year, since the time he came into the league, he still had more rushing yards than every other running back since he came there. That's still saying something, and that's with limited opportunities. I don't want to make no excuses for him because people will say, he ain't the same. No, running back is the same once you start getting older, man. You can't expect him to be. But that was one of the best blocking running backs in the league, and he still produced with the carries that he was given. Just go look at the numbers. You get what I'm saying? That's all you got to do is look at the numbers. All you got to do is a Tay the Queen of MMA. Salute, Tay. How you feeling? It was good, my bro.
It was good. Hey, everybody know I'm not no daggone Cowboy fan, but to Terry Smoot, Zeke is far from a bum. He's not a hype job. He's not a bum. The man last year had much less carries than he had in his previous years, and he still was averaging 4.7 yards a carry. The man still, I think he still hit 1,000 yards last year. He still hit 1,000 yards. He had significantly less amount of carries than he normally get. Right. And my whole thing is with Zeke Elliott, he's going to go to another team, like probably somebody in the division. He's probably going to go to Philly, the Giants. I don't think he's going to go to Washington because we got two young running backs. Right. I don't think he's going to come to Washington, but he might go to the Philly or to the Giants. And he's going to carve the Dallas Cowboys something terrible because the man, not only can he rush, he's the best blocking running back that Dallas had. He's the best blocking running back. If you look at the sacks that Dak Prescott was taking, majority of the sacks that he was taking is when Tony was in the lineup. Not when Zeke was in the lineup. It was when Tony was in the lineup. Tony is not a good blocker. He's a good runner. He's not a good blocker. And when you take away one of those elements from your lineup, now you success. I mean, you setting up for failure because now you don't have that security blanket when they do happen to get past the front line. You don't have that security blanket back there. So now you got to worry about Dak Prescott being able to maneuver around the rush because he don't have Zeke Elliott back there that's going to be another blocker that he can count on. Tony is not that good of a blocker.
Right.
And like I said, he's going to go to another team, and it most likely it's going to be somebody in the division because usually when they drop somebody, they usually end up going to somebody in the division.
It's crazy.
And
That's how it be happening.
he's been in the league. What? He's been in the league like 6 years. The man still got about 3 or 4 good more years left.
Yeah, I think around six, maybe.
7.
Yeah, I think it's 6, 7. I was gonna say 6 or 7. He's definitely
Well,
not.
he came in at
He's
2016.
not at. Oh yeah, so he's at 6. Well, maybe
got
7 or 6.
He's got about another 3 or 4 good more years left.
7.
And he's gonna go. And I really believe it has to do with their cap space because Zeke was getting a nice chunk of change.
Right.
And I think they was in the
But then
negative.
wasn't that the contract that he deserved when he was the rushing champ? And I believe when you guys went to the playoffs that year, I think you guys took second in the NFC East or won the NFC East. Didn't he deserve that contract? That contract when he was trying to hold out in Mexico? Didn't he deserve that?
Right.
I believe he deserved it. I believe he deserved a bigger contract because he was one of the main reasons for their success.
Right.
He was the main reason for their success.
I just feel like I seen something and I paid attention because you pay closer attention once a guy get paid, and I seen something and I'm like, yo, why would you pay a guy and play him less? It makes 0 sense. And I seen somebody say he was getting outplayed by the backup, and I say dude is a backup for a reason. If he was just all around better than Zeke Elliott, then he should have been starting. So that was just bad management. If that was truly the case, I mean, he came in and did his thing in the situations, and he made the most.
That's why I said Zeke was hype. Zeke was hype. Zeke was hype. He's nothing but Ohio State. That national championship, he was nothing but hype.
2-time rushing champion. You know what I'm saying? You seen how many 100-yard games he piled up. As a rookie, he came out.
His rookie, he rushed for 1,500 yards his rookie year.
He went crazy.
Nothing but hype.
He wasn't hype.
Again, it's a pattern for me, guys.
Like I said, I'm a Commander fan.
Yeah, it's a pattern for me, man. Look how they do our best players, bro. The Marcus Ware didn't want to pay him. You know what I'm saying? Like they just do this stuff over and over and over again, and I'm tired of it. Dez Bryant.
But they paid him. They paid Dak. They paid Zeke. Who else did they pay?
They hate Dak Prescott. That's what I said in the title. I said
they paid them. They paid him. They paid Zeke. Who else did they pay? They paid a few people.
They paid people, but then it's like
under contract. It wasn't like his contract was up and they let him go to free agency. They cut him.
Yeah, released him. They didn't restructure the contract. I heard they could have did it. They didn't even offer it to him from what I'm hearing. Like they just straight up just, you know what? We got our use out of you. Go figure it out. And that's what I'm tired of. That's why I told y'all the NFL stand for not for long, man. I'm telling you facts. He wasn't damn hype.
If you give a man a contract, the contract that they gave him, and he's not showing you that he's slowing down. He's not slowing down. He just had less carries because the offensive scheme chose to give him less carries. It wasn't him slowing down. It was the offense that they chose to go with Tony. He's not slowing down. So why would you cut a man instead of saying, look, we're going to reconstruct your contract? We're not going to cut you. We're going to reconstruct it. They could have reconstructed this contract where they say, okay, look, we giving you this amount of money, but you're not getting the carries that we thought you was going to get because they moving toward the direction of Tony. So we're going to reconstruct it where you can still stay on the team. You still going to get the money that we said we were going to give you, but it's going to be worked out a different way. They could have did that. They chose to say, you know what, we don't want you no more.
Right.
And so he gets nothing because in the NFL, your contract is not guaranteed. It's not like the NBA when you get cut, the team still owe you. No, when you get cut, that's it. You don't get no more money.
Yeah.
Only thing you get is that guarantee that you signed up for. Whatever your guarantee money was, that's what you get. That's it.
I'm trying to tell y'all, look, this is we really talk. He said Zeke peaked early. His prime was in the first 3 years. It's cool. All right, I'm gonna keep saying this. You got to show me where he's not being effective with the opportunities that he's given. You get what I'm saying? His worst year was the year where they kept playing. This was a couple years ago where they kept playing him through an injury. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not too many down years that the dude had. He had a couple of rough ones where the production wasn't what you would expect, but you got to be realistic. That dude ain't that same guy from the first 3 years ago. He's not going to be that. And at the same time, if he's still showing you he can average 4.5 and 4.7 yards a carry, you can't tell me that's a guy that's finished. Like we really breaking down and talking about the numbers. I was trying not to focus on him because I feel like he did what he was supposed to do with the opportunities he was given, man.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
You gotta look at the organization though. Like you gotta look at that organization.
I'm looking at Zeke Elliott versus everybody else in the division. Zeke Elliott versus all the other running backs in the division. Zeke Elliott was
Hold on.
He was
So you got Zeke versus Miles Sanders. Who you got? Miles Sanders just went to a goddamn Super Bowl and a Pro Bowl.
If you would let me finish saying what I was saying, you would hear what I said. Zeke Elliott versus all the other running backs in the division. Zeke Elliott was number 2 far as production. He was number 2 as far as production on the field. He was number 2. He was better than Saquon Barkley. He was better than Antonio Gibson. He was better than Brian Robinson Jr. And he was second to Miles Sanders. Even with Tony getting the bulk of the carry, Zeke Elliott production was better than Tony. Tony gave up more yards. Yeah, he gave you more yards because he got more carry. But Zeke Elliott production was better.
More efficient. And again, the type of blocker he was, you can't just replace that overnight. That's why I say an all-around back. The fact that he could block that well, man, like telling you, man, you do a dude better than that. And like I said, I've been seeing patterns, and I'm frustrated because I've been nothing but a Cowboys supporter since been watching football. I ain't never switch up, but you just can't enjoy football when they doing stuff like this. Like I said, it got to the point where it's a dude named salute the West Coast Cowboy, man. He be always talking about the Cowboys and breaking the film down, all the stuff, man. He great at what he do, man. This dude made a damn hashtag pretty much that's called run the damn ball. He got a whole fitted with saying this like it got that bad because these dudes was not utilizing not only Zeke but their running backs, period. And it's like, how could y'all expect to win, bro? And you not even utilize. You paid this man just to not use him. And I told my man, because he's a Cowboy fan too, I told him, I said, I see what's happening, bro. Said the first thing people going to say is he ain't did nothing because they paid him. And I'm like, if you really watching and paying attention, you tell me why is the starting running back not getting 20 touches a game, bro? And then y'all expecting top level. Y'all expecting him to produce how he did as a rookie. But you're not even keeping the legs oil. You know what I mean? You're not running them with no consistency, and he's still managing to make the most out of these opportunities. Like he's not this bad running back that they trying to people making him out to be. And when you just release a guy and you want nothing for him, you don't want to even try to make nothing happen. It's a bad taste, man. It's like, man, your team ain't even want nothing for you. You get what I'm saying? Now I feel like somebody gonna find value, but the way they do their players be foul, man. Jay Wise was good with it, bro.
I wish my Commanders had a spot for him, but I know we're not gonna go after. I wish my Commanders had a spot for him, but like I said, like I told you last year, Mike McCarthy do not like to run the ball. He likes to throw the ball.
Yeah, Kellen Moore, Kello, you're right. That vanilla ass playbook, you knew what runs was coming. You're not creative. It's a lot of stuff, man. But even with all of that stuff being said, Zeke still performed at a level that shows you he still got tread on them tires, man. And I hope they pay for that too. And that's my team. I hope they pay for this decision. Continuously doing their players like this. Now, I mean, show me what you going to get for them. This is what I'm saying. Like, all right, okay. They already wasn't.
Did he even have trade value?
That shit.
No, he does have trade value. Hell yeah, he got trade value.
Then why didn't they just trade him if he was still under contract?
That's the point that Just is making. Yeah. He has trade value. I'm telling you, out of the 32 teams, there's 25 teams that would have took Zeke Elliott. There's 25 teams that would have took him.
They just threw my boy to the
Bro, a lot of teams already have major
world,
starting running backs. A lot of them, like, where's he gonna go?
It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like saying, yo, he ain't worth nothing no more.
It doesn't matter if you have a major starting running back. You got to remember, this is the sport of football. How many times this past year have we seen a star running back go down and the backup was garbage? You got Ezekiel Elliot sitting on your bench because your star running back, Derrick Henry, is out. You got Ezekiel Elliot backing him up.
Facts, Carlo.
You're not missing no production with Zeke Elliott coming behind Derrick Henry. You're not missing no production with a Zeke Elliott coming behind a Miles Sanders. You're not missing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of teams that will take a Zeke Elliott.
Right.
And you got to take on that contract too.
It did my boy foul, man.
When you get traded, the player don't have nothing to say. I mean, the player can say, "Look, I don't want to go to that team. I'm just going to sit out. I'm not going to that team." That's all the player going to say. But if he's upset with the team that's traded him, he's going to say, "Okay, I'm going to go to this team, and when we play against you, I'm going to make sure I put on my motherfucking best game against my old team."
Right. Right. And yeah, they need to mix it up, bro.
No, he got traded. Right? You could have got. You didn't even have to get another player for. You could have got a draft pick for Zeke Elliott. People was glad to give up a 3rd round draft pick or a 2nd round draft pick for Zeke Elliott. We know what we got in Zeke Elliott. We know we got a running back that can still run the ball and he can block. We know that. We don't know what we're going to get
as well. I ain't gonna say he the best receiving running back, but he can catch the ball a little bit as well. Like, he was a well-rounded running back that still had tread left on that tire, and it's just to see how they did him is just disappointing.
But you got to look at the way of the NFL. Look at Lamar Jackson didn't even get shit, bro. It's the way of the NFL. Look at how the Baltimore Ravens did Lamar Jackson. That's even worse. That's worse. Like, you don't. And remember, Lamar's an MVP. Lamar's an MVP, and you did this to him.
But Lamar Jackson is different, though. Lamar Jackson.
That's worse. I know it's different. It's worse.
He has a history of getting injured right before the playoffs comes up.
Oh, dude, I'm an NFL MVP. Stop that. I'm an NFL MVP. Stop all that.
NFL MVP. If you injury prone, you can be an NFL MVP all you want, but if you injury prone, teams are not wasting their money on somebody that's injury prone. They're not going to waste their money on somebody. We can't count on him to be there all 16. Well, now 17 games.
I'm a consistent Pro Bowler. I'm a consistent Pro Bowler. Last time I checked. I'm a consistent Pro Bowler. Last time I checked.
You're a consistent Pro Bowler. How many times have you played in the Pro Bowl?
Shoot, it doesn't matter. I'm always there. They got me on reservation. They got me on reservation every year.
The reason why
I'm on reservation every year, bro.
The reason why you ain't playing the playoffs is because you was injured. So it doesn't matter how good you are if you injury prone.
And remember, earlier this season, he was in MVP talks before he got injured. When the Ravens were 8-3.
And the key word you said.
So his situation's worse. With Zeke, I understand, but
the key factor
I'll say this: who do you think God did worse, Zeke or Dez Bryant?
Zeke.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Dez got done dirty.
I'm gonna tell you why Zeke got done dirty. I'm gonna tell you why Zeke got done dirty worse than Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant, yeah, he did.
I don't know.
But Dez Bryant was at the end of his contract. Zeke was still in his contract. Dez Bryant's contract had ended, and they said, "We're not going to re-sign you." His contract was over, so he could have went in.
But wasn't it during his contract year? But during his contract year, But during my contract year, did I not put up 1,000 yards, which is deserving of at least an extension or a reworking?
I think so.
That has nothing to do with what.
Wow, so that means it didn't even matter. Regardless of my performance, I was out the door regardless. That is what you're saying.
It's not only, but you gotta take in consideration. He was a free agent.
I was a 1,000-yard receiver, dude. How rare? Like, that's hard.
Let me finish saying what I'm saying. You gotta listen to what I'm saying. It wasn't. You got to take into consideration. He was a free agent that they said we're not going to re-sign you. We're going to let you test the waters as a free agent. Nobody else picked him up, so
Yeah,
it
well, I know
wasn't.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
He ended up going to. He ended up going to the Ravens.
No, he went. He went unsigned. He went unsigned for a year, and then the Ravens picked him up during the unsigned year. He went unsigned.
Yeah,
He didn't. Nobody picked him up. So you can't say, "Oh, the Cowboys did him dirty." Nobody picked him up. And you know why? You know why nobody picked him up?
I'm
Is
not
because he was.
mistaken. I
A
gotta look it
headache.
up, but I thought
He
they
was a headache.
had released theirs too.
But
Getting dirty. Word.
He was a
what'd you
headache.
say?
That's what. Yeah, I think they did too. I think they got him like that too.
If they did it, he might have had one more year left on his contract when they released him. He might have had one more year.
Yeah, man.
He
They
might have had
foul,
one more
man.
year. But I know he was at the end of his contract. He might have had one more year, or that might have been his last year. I can't remember which one it was.
And that's what my beef was
either
with
way,
them too. How
when
they
they
did it.
released him, nobody else picked him up
Ain't
because
trying
he
to
was
trade
a headache.
nothing.
He caused problems. He didn't know how to. He didn't know how to keep himself as a professional. That's why nobody else picked him up until
but
the
see,
Ravens picked him up because they needed somebody.
Even that D free, that's why I said they did Daz dirty. Cause remember that narrative they was painting, right? Him being a troublemaker and him blowing up on
He
the
was in that
team.
strip club. Remember,
I will
he
never
got caught.
forget, bro. I will never forget. They did that one game and he was going nuts, man. I was so happy when they dropped that audio, bro. And it showed that he wasn't snapping, he was just being passionate. I'm like, we ain't never had a more passionate player than Dez Bryant. And we ain't replaced, he was the heartbeat of that team, bro.
You got CD Lamb. CD Lamb's your replacement.
I'm not talking about far as other players. When I say he was a headache, I'm talking about outside of football.
Oh, no,
Remember, they hired somebody. They hired somebody to follow him around to make sure he don't get
Jerry Jones hired freaking security, like private security. So whenever Dez went out, like he actually, and then he didn't even want him to drink when he was out. I remember that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jerry Jones was putting that nigga on a leash.
They want to make sure he don't get in trouble.
And
so
then,
Jerry Jones hired extra security to follow him to make sure he doesn't get in trouble.
But you gotta say that's smart though, because look,
you
get a nigga like Henry. But look you get a nigga like Henry Ruggs. Now you get, but look you get a nigga like Henry Ruggs now. So I gotta say that's sort of kind of smart.
Like I said, I believe Zeke got done worse because Zeke was in the middle of his contract. Zeke still had, I think Zeke still had like 3 years left on his contract.
They said that he was 3 years, and this year he was counting for $10.08 million. That was how much he was gonna make this year.
But that's what he would get if he was at the end of his contract and they would have stacked a franchise tag on him. That's how much he would get anyway. Because
he would have gotten more. I think he would have gotten more if it was a franchise tag. Because Tony Pollard got the franchise. Tony Pollard got the franchise in. Tony Pollard got more money than that.
He might would have got more, but what I'm saying is, $10 million for a star running back is not a lot of money. That's actually. But
that was the breakdown when he signed the contract at that time.
But what I'm saying is, that was like 2 years ago. That was like 2 years ago because that was right before. That was the year before Dak Prescott contract ended. That's how I know it was 2 years ago because Dak Prescott contract ended last year, and they were trying to.
And then Dak got the money. It was Zeke got the money first, then Dak got the money.
Right, Dak got his money last year. Zeke got his money the year before.
Mm-hmm. And now they got Tony.
It was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago when Zeke got his contract. So he had like 3 more years. I believe he signed a 5-year deal. I believe he signed a 5-year deal. So he had like 3 more years left. So,
hey man, but
I think Zeke got done a little bit dirtier. Because I think, like I said, I think Dez was at the end of his contract. I think he had a year left. I think he was at the end.
But Zeke could still command the market value of the contract that he signed. Is going to be hard, but he's going to have to negotiate with the team.
He could try to demand that with a new team, but when you're a free agent, we'll give you 1 year.
We'll give you 1 year. We'll give you 1 year, $8.5 million. What about that? That's
what I'm saying. When you're a free agent, you pretty much at the mercy of what the teams is going to give you because you can say, "Hey, I want $10 million per year because I know I'm still a starter. But if no teams is offering you that, you got to take what the teams is offering. You got to take the highest bid from the teams that's offering. You got to take what the
True.
highest bid if you want to continue playing.
Just do a show and prove like Vic did. Michael Vick had to do a show and prove with the Eagles, and he won back his $100 million contract.
I think, but I honestly believe that he's going to end up somewhere like the Giants or Philadelphia. I don't think he's going to come to Washington. He might even end up in Minnesota.
I give him
But
Tampa.
he might end up in Tampa too. They might end up in Tampa too.
They just released Fournette, so they need a starting running back. Might as well go to Tampa.
There you go. That's a situation. Mayfield as the starting quarterback, he's going to need a running back to block for him.
True. They don't have a starting quarterback over there in Tampa either. That is true.
Yeah.
We'll sort of see where
a running back to block for him. So they got Baker Mayfield. You put Zeke back there. He's going to get
that's at least a decent combo, but no, like I said, all I can think of is you got to understand that Dallas organization. They've done this before with other players, so I mean, like that's why it's nothing new. You got to understand it's not. You can't expect nothing new from this organization. Remember? D3, you still there? Or is this me?
Yeah, I'm still here. I was texting. I'm still here. But yeah, no. Like I said, I think Zeke is gonna end up somewhere. He's not gonna go like Des Bryant and sit out a whole year. He's gonna end up somewhere. Somebody's gonna pick him up because he's still a good running back. Like I say, the man still put up 4.7 yards a carry, and then he still had 1,000 yards, and he had limited carries this year. He had limited carries, and it wasn't.
He should just go to the Chiefs.
I mean, Mike McCarthy
and everybody else.
I knew it was going to happen when Mike McCarthy came there. I've been saying it. Mike McCarthy don't like to run the ball. He never likes to run the ball. It just so happened
he ran the ball in Green Bay.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He had Brandon Starks. He had Brandon Starks. He had Ryan Grant. He had Brandon Starks. He had I remember them running back.
Yeah, Ryan Grant and what did they do? Nothing.
They went to the playoff. Ryan Grant was good. And how do I still remember his name then? How do I still remember his name? He was good.
You remember his name?
Yes, he was the running back. It was Ryan Grant and Brandon Starks.
Ryan Grant ain't never been a Pro Bowl, nothing. He ain't never been in the top. He ain't never been in the top 10 of running backs ever.
Hey man,
ever. Ryan Grant ain't do nothing.
Hey
you take Ryan Grant on your team?
Hey man, I still. They also had a.
Ryan Grant ain't do nothing. Mike McCarthy do not run the ball. He do not run the ball.
Who else did they have when Mike McCarthy was there?
The year. When they had Mike McCarthy, those were the years that Aaron Rodgers.
Didn't they win a Super Bowl? They won a Super Bowl. Oh no, they had They had Big Eddie Lacy, nigga. You forgot. Yeah, Eddie Lacy, my nigga.
Eddie Lacy was there before they had Mike McCarthy for one. And when Mike McCarthy got there, Eddie Lacy barely touched the ball. He barely touched the ball. The man didn't even have 800 yards rushing.
Hey man, I couldn't control that. I couldn't control that man's weight. That's not my problem.
That man don't run the ball. That when they had Mike McCarthy, that's when Aaron Rodgers went from throwing 3,500 yards to throwing almost 5,000 yards a game. I mean a season. Because
that's different. That's different. That's different. You gave me a Jordy Nelson. You gave me a Randall Cobb. I believe I still had Donald Driver before he was on his way out.
Those guys was there before Mike McCarthy was there.
I inherited these talents. That's all. You see what I mean? I'm just utilizing the time. That's like Phil Jackson. When Phil Jackson went to the Bulls, he had a Jordan. The nigga had a Pippen. Like, come on, man. He just inherited talent.
Is a passing coach. He likes to throw the ball. If you look at his, all you got to do is go back and look into the game. Look at the game. Look how many times they run the ball and how many times they throw the ball. I guarantee you, they throw the ball on an average of 45 times a game. I guarantee they run the ball on an average of 25 times a game. I guarantee
you can't do that. You can't run it just 25 times. Come on, man. I couldn't even do that as a high school coach. 25 times rushing, I couldn't do that. That's like 6 rushes a quarter. You can't even do that.
The NFL just give people contracts just to use them. They don't even they don't honor their contracts. Like they give you the money, but they won't honor it. And that's something it's a common thing. They get you out of there before they got to pay you all the rest of that money. It looked good at first when you get announced how big your contract is, and then until they cut you a few years into it. You know what I'm saying? They got to do better. The NFL stands for not for long, man. They be doing these players greasy.
But they can't do guaranteed contracts like that. It's not like D3 said. This ain't the NBA. This ain't Major League Baseball with that contract.
They give it, but they end up not honoring it. If you get what I'm saying, like so many times. It's not just Zeke. It's so many times players have been given their contracts, but they don't even get to play them out. But they made sure a certain somebody that won one playoff game got paid twice, and then the
worst one. Everybody knows in NFL history.
Broadcast.
The worst one out of all of them. No, the worst one was
perfect example. Tony Romo and Ezekiel Elliot. Tony Romo and Ezekiel Elliot roughly.
I got a worse one for you.
They roughly had the same amount of production in their career with the Dallas Cowboys. Tony Romo was still at a top level until he couldn't play no more because he took so many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke Elliott is still at a top level. He's still at a top level. If you look at Zeke Elliott,
what about this? What about Sam Bradford? Sam Bradford probably stole the most money out of the NFL. Sam Bradford, remember, highest rookie signing bonus ever with that $60 million contract. Then when he went over there to the Vikings, remember when he went to that playoffs that one year, they gave him $100 million deal.
That's because the Vikings was desperate.
You see,
they needed
for Sam Bradford. Oh, God damn!
They needed a quarterback. They was desperate. And Bradford was what's my man Dante Culpepper. That was the last good quarterback they had before the Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
They were desperate.
I guess so. Damn, he said they were desperate.
My baby DC. How you feeling, bro?
That is sort of kind of true. I'm trying to think, who did they have before him?
I'm pretty sure my boy Zeke feeling like this. Do this to my boy like that. Tell him, Zeke. Jerry, I need my money, Jerry.
Hey, man, that shit like over,
that, man. Feel
Damn,
me?
That's
Sports, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up.
Hey, man, it happens to the best of them. You know?
Yeah. I just had to vent a little bit as a Cowboy fan this morning, man. I'm disappointed in the treatment of one of the pound for pound best running backs
this dude
that this era had to offer. The nerve of these Dallas Cowboy guys, man. The audacity do my man like this, man. Shoe program for y'all. You get what I'm saying?
Man, it's not like Zeke was a Hall of Fame. It's not like Zeke was a Hall of Famer or anything.
Zeke was on his way to being a Hall of Fame running back before they got in the way of greatness, Terry.
Oh, please.
But look, on a serious note, because y'all know I'm joking. It's not just Zeke, and the reason I'm here because this is my team. That's my guy. I feel like he put on for Dallas. Realistically, I feel like you could have treated him a little better than that. All things real. No, he wasn't the best this year. He might have slowed down, but I still think his production showed you that he got tread left on them tires, and he put it on the line for the Cowboys, man. He blocked with the best of them big ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? Zeke was one of them guys, man. You just don't, and it never seemed like they got a backup plan when they do this stuff. They just do it. You know what I mean? Just you know what? And just like West Coast Cowboys said, they one of the only teams that when they do stuff, it's like they try to set the table for it already. You know what I mean? It'd be whispers about it already to try to gauge how people feel about it. We don't like it, Jerry. Jerry, we don't like it, yo. Big Dog Willie putting the color in the chat. Con rushed for 2,500 yards in 2013 for the New York Jets. And that's just nothing but fact, bro. Irrefutable fact.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Aaron Rodgers, they got some pieces now. They about to be loaded.
The Big Dog Willie, man. Much love, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it was a whole lot of stuff going on yesterday, though. It was a free agents frenzy yesterday.
Yeah, right. Everything just going crazy. The NFL wilding, and then on top of that, they talking this stuff about Trevon Diggs. If y'all don't pay man, I'm telling you, it's only so much I'm gonna put up with, Jerry. Like word get back. Like y'all better not pay that man. I don't want to hear anything. Man, that's easily the best player on your defense.
Oh,
he's a real player. Trevon Diggs, man. Get him the money, bro. He wilding out there.
How? If I didn't pay Byron Jones, I didn't pay Byron Jones when he was with us. Why would I pay you?
No, hold up.
Let's be honest. Let's keep it a beam.
Because he
like
better.
I said earlier, they could have reconstructed.
I don't know.
I said earlier they could have reconstructed Zeke contract. They reconstruct Michael Gallup contract.
Yeah, I heard they ain't even offer it to him, D3. I heard they
I know, that's what I'm saying. They didn't offer it to him.
That's why I said
they did it for Michael Gallup.
Dirty, man.
They did it for Michael Gallup. They reconstructed Michael Gallup contract.
Right.
They could have did the same thing as Zeke.
Right. Don't do my boy like that. Like, y'all disrespectful, man. Y'all don't appreciate greatness when y'all see it, Dallas. This is what's going on. Y'all got fans screaming to y'all to run the damn ball. Like I said, that's a whole hashtag at this point. Y'all bogus, man. That vanilla ass playbook. Get rid of it. I hate it. Predictable ass runs. You lucky he even making anything out of it. Man, if I'm sitting at home predicting and they don't tell me them dudes that get paid the money don't know what's going on. Man, get rid of that conservative vanilla ass playbook. It don't work, bro. It's not.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you get a notification that says breaking. Ezekiel Elliot has agreed to terms with the San Francisco 49ers. Don't be surprised.
Man, I wouldn't be, man.
Another place where he could end up too. That's another place that need a running back.
We got Christian McCaffrey. We just got Christian McCaffrey. We're good.
Christian McCaffrey is another running back that's injury prone.
Effective, but he get injured. Little body ass. He a beast though, ain't he? Dude, nice. Yeah. He's surprisingly good. He's small as hell. He get busy.
You always need two running backs.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have Mitchell. They do have Mitchell who was injured, but he's coming off an injury, so we don't know how Mitchell going to be. He's coming off an injury, a season-ending injury. So we don't know how to do.
Damn, what happened to do? What's his name? Mostert? What was his name? What was his name?
He went to Miami.
Oh, okay.
In Miami.
Because he was nice. He was nice, wasn't he?
Miami picked him up real quick.
Okay.
Miami picked him up real quick.
Yeah, Zeke, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? God got a plan. You know how they say it. You know what I'm saying? They can't stop greatness. They can only slow it down. They can't stop it. You can't.
That nigga might go to he might go to Carolina, actually. Carolina's a good fit. They ain't got no running back.
He gonna go to the Giants. Get it as
they got a running back. They got a running back.
Saquon Barkley ain't better than Zeke.
You know where he could sign? He could sign with Cincinnati. Joe Mixon's in trouble.
Oh yeah, Joe
Mixon's in trouble.
Somebody within the NFC, so he could go get him.
Cincinnati too. Yeah, Joe Mixon is gone.
Yep. So Cincinnati would be a great place for him. Who else? Oh no, the Browns are too stacked. You can't go there. Browns are too stacked.
They did my man dirty. They did my man dirty, man. Did him dirty.
Hey, he could go play for the Broncos. They ain't got nobody. He could go play with Russell Wilson.
It's all good. Zeke, don't worry about it, Zeke. You will be back, man. We got you. How's
he gonna come back? What is he gonna? How is Jerry gonna bring him back?
Yeah, Jerry disrespectful, man. He disrespectful. Kurt, my bro, what's good with it? Kurt, how you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Fizzle, what's good? 5, how you feeling, my bro? What's good?
How is Jerry gonna bring him back?
What's good, Five? Jerry done sold our man up the river, Five. I know you don't like this. How you feel about this news, Fizzle? Because you a Cowboy supporter as well, man. How you feeling about this move, Fizzle? I don't like it. I think they disrespectful, man. They do our players dirty, man. First Dez, now this, man. Man, y'all trying to give players nightmares, man. That's what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to get the fans nightmares, man. Nightmares. No Zeke. They ain't never replaced Dez since Dez been there. Like, you ain't never
They
had.
got CD Lamb. He's a replacement.
CD Lamb wish he could be a Dez, bro. I like CD, though. He is stepping up. I like him. But, man, Dez was just exciting to watch, man. And he cared when we lost. He'd be the only one that cared. The rest of these dudes, jersey swapping, don't even care. You just got your ass ran off the field. You out here jersey swapping, smiling, taking pictures, man. Dez hot on the sideline. He try to kick it with y'all. Out here losing, man. My boy ain't used to like to lose, man. Zach B, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling, man? Appreciate you pulling up. Oh yeah, man. They stress me out, man. They stressing me out, Zach. Right? You know, I'll be back with my boxing conversation around my regular time. This just was a bonus. I had to come up here and just vent about my boy Zeke. They did my boy dirty.
Oh, you know where Zeke is actually gonna go? That nigga gonna go to the Rams, nigga. The Rams ain't got nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga gonna go to the Rams.
Zeke
I can see it. They ain't got nobody.
Big dog is a fool, bro. My dad, he said my man about to go to the Arizona Rattlesnake.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my bro, Big Dog. Well, he said we still got Lamar so far, but he likely to end up somewhere else. Yeah, right, Kurt. They out here, they disrespectful. It's just the NFL as a whole, man. It ain't just Dallas. I'm just gonna, I got the Cry River today, man. They disrespectful, man. I was gonna let it slide, but I'm like, nah, man. They keep doing our players dirty. DeMarcus Ware wasn't a problem. He was nothing but a solution. Best defensive player you had in years. What y'all do? Not want to pay him. What he do? Go to Denver and win a Super Bowl. I'm happy for him.
Yep.
Zeke, go somewhere and win a Super Bowl, bro. They disrespectful, man. They gonna put some respect on the best running back that the league has to. Do my bad like this. The nerve of y'all. You see what I'm saying? Even Zell felt it, man. Zell, man. You see how they did my man? Y'all think I could do this to me? Y'all think I could do this to Zeke? You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying right now, bro. Cam Akers.
He gotta come back though. He gotta show them,
Right.
You gotta show him why did you want to keep Tony Pollard? Yeah. And what made Tony Pollard show you that he was better than me?
Right. Nothing.
That's the thing.
Just gonna throw me out for the shiny new toy. Okay. I see how we doing it. I see how we doing it, Dallas. I see how y'all doing it. Y'all just gonna use my man up and just let him fend for himself, right? Okay. He gonna give somebody hell. Watch. Get Zeke gonna be back. He gonna be in prime form. You know what
He's
I'm saying?
not even 30 years old.
In full effect next year. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be fit. Damn, how y'all, man? Come on, man. Do my man like this.
28. He's 28. He's not even 30 years old.
Disrespectful. This is what I'm saying. The nerve of you guys to try to act like my man done at the all he did for the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all do him like this. Don't worry, Zeke. We got you, man. We got you. Don't even worry about it, B. You know what I'm saying? Go somewhere and get a Dallas Cowboys hell when y'all play. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he gonna do like DeMarcus Ware. He gonna go somewhere else and win the Super Bowl somewhere else.
Right. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Zeke wasn't the problem over there. And then you got people calling for Dak. That's why I said what's next. Dak. That's got to be next, right?
If Dak gets injured this year, it's over for. If Dak gets injured this year, yeah, it's over for Dak.
They're gonna be like, yeah,
it's literally over for Dak. After what the fuck that nigga Cooper Rush did, that nigga's on. Yeah, you gotta. Your leash is short too.
I slap the hell out. I denounce.
That white boy was balling.
I denounce my star. They start Cooper Rush.
He's gonna be the next guy. They're gonna do him just like they did Zeke. They're gonna do him like he did Zeke. He's gonna be the next casualty.
Man, they disrespectful, D3. We ain't gonna keep standing for this, Jerry. Like, I don't know how much more you think we're gonna deal with, but it ain't gonna be too much more, bro. I'm
It's because they all come.
close to denouncing my star. He out here being disrespectful, man. To the great ones like Zeke Elliot that paved the way.
The great
For the Tony Pollards of the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What would Tony Pollard be without Zeke getting hurt a little bit and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? He gave you away, man. That's how great he is. You know what I'm saying? He got hurt so he could, you know what I mean, allow another young, you know what I mean, player to show his level of greatness. You know what I'm saying? And this the thanks he get. This is the thanks he get. This is crazy.
Didn't that happen to Drew Bledsoe with the Patriots?
Yeah, so
didn't that happen with Drew Bledsoe and Tom Brady?
That happened to Drew Bledsoe a couple times. Drew Bledsoe got his spot took a couple times, I think. But he was on Dallas, if I'm not mistaken.
Brad Johnson took his spot on Dallas.
Man, yo.
Drew Bledsoe was on his way out, though. He was old.
Getting his spot took.
I mean, he wasn't old, but he was in his early 30s. And Drew Bledsoe, he wasn't no Tom Brady. He just wasn't. He was good enough that year. He had one.
The disrespect, man. The disrespect. I cannot believe. But I tell you what, on a serious note, they better have a plan. They better have a plan. They did this. They better have a backup plan. Somebody threw some name out, something Benjamin, some name somebody just threw out a minute ago. Benji, what's his name? Something.
Bijan Robinson.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
they got a bunch of college kids. Remember, that's the other thing. You can always go get a bunch of college kids. Get the value on them. That's the thing about the NFL. Just let me go use these college kids.
It's like, man, like, yo, I better run the ball next year. I know that. We shouldn't be having to scream from the sidelines or from home at the TVs for y'all to run the ball, man. It don't matter what running back you get if you're not going to utilize them correctly. Like, I don't know what type of time they on. Whenever Dallas is effective running that ball, it always, you know, the past shows it always open up other things. That's just what works for that team. It's just, it always have. You've never seen it be the other way. And it's crazy that they got people that do crunch the numbers and do analytics, and they don't even go by. Like they go against the analytics. What the analytics say, I've never seen a team that go more against what works for them than the Cowboys. It's frustrating to watch. So I hope they get back to it, because running that ball also lead to them controlling time of possession, and that's when they're the most dangerous, when they keeping you off the field and it's looking crazy for you. Like we had a year where our time of possession was ridiculous, man. And that just was a big factor, a contributing factor to winning. That's because I was able to run the ball successfully. Was, you know, you having these long ass 10+ play drives and shit like that, burning tons.
That was us. That was the Niners. That was the Niners last year. We had a 7-minute drive that ended in a touchdown. I'm like, 7 minutes?
You know, I'm telling you. And that's so selfish and good in a good way. You get what I'm saying? That's selfish.
Dude, that's draining the clock.
Draining the hell out the clock. And you stinging them like efficient. Just driving down the field, tearing them up, and they can't do nothing about it. Telling you, man. That's all. I ain't no coach. I ain't no player, no trainer, no none of that. I'm just a dude that love these sports. But at the end of the day, they make you love them a lot less when they just do moves that you just can't wrap your head around. And again, it's always going to be something that they try to justify with, whether it's production or a contract.
It's the money. It was the money. I'm telling you.
It's always something. It's like, why even pay them if that's going to be an issue in the near future? Yeah, like y'all can't look ahead. Like y'all can't see that being an issue ahead of time. Like, come on, what are y'all for? So it's like those contracts be bluff. Things just be something to say. You know what I'm saying? He got paid this much. So yeah, we'll see. Give it a couple years into the contract. He'll be out of there. they'll be on to somebody else before he even get through there. And my whole thing is, I'm gonna keep saying it, man. You got a guy as a starter, treat him like a starter. He should have starter touches, not backup touches.
That means really
not only even that, it was games where, you know, neither guy touched the ball a lot, where we have it under 20 carries as a team. Like, that's terrible to me. Like, That's terrible.
No, high school teams don't even do that.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
is.
what are y'all doing, bro? Less than 20 carries, like between two healthy running backs, and then you complaining about production.
My starting running back gets 20-25. Like,
You get what
no,
I'm saying? Like
I don't even.
when he was at his best is when he was touching the ball, and then the rare games where y'all do give him the ball with some consistency, you see the production. I promise you, you do. Of course, you're not gonna see the rookie Zeke because he ain't no damn rookie no more. He got his mileage on him. He a running back. You know how that go. It's physically demanding, but the fact that when you are consistent, giving him the ball, giving him touches, he produce. I see it over and over. The numbers will tell you that if you really watch it. People just say anything. They don't really be paying attention, bro. Averaging 4.5 yards a carry or 4.7 yards a carry. That's not bad, bro. There's nothing bad about that. So it's like, I don't know what people
It's actually
expect.
pretty good. That's actually
You know
really
what I'm saying?
good.
So it's like he's still doing that with limited touches. That should tell you something. But at the end of the day, they're gonna still justify it. And I called this move out too. I told my man, I said, yo, now the narrative is about to be he got paid and he didn't do nothing. Now watch what I tell you. He started laughing because he knew it. I'm like, I guarantee you they're gonna do it, and you're gonna start hearing people say he done. To hell with what he doing. The narrative is gonna grow legs and it's gonna run rampant. And I'm like, right on par. And then here we go today. You know what I mean? Y'all go and release my boy the other day, and it's wild. It's wild. Y'all bogus for that, but it is what it is, man. I just had to rant a little bit about it. I wasn't going to be here too long on this anyway. Like I said, you know, I love my boxing, so we will be back at my normal time at 4 o'clock.
I will do, but no, have a good day though.
Man,
Just doing also D free. Like everybody, have a good day.
You know,
let's just keep an eye out on this free agency, and oh yeah, everybody tune in later on today. It is the beginning of March Madness.
Right. You already know, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. D Free, appreciate you, my boy. Salute to the fan mo in the chat. Like I said, I just had to come talk about this little unnecessary move. Fate was good with it. Fate, how you feeling, bro? And y'all know I'll be back at my normal time at 4 o'clock to talk some good old boxing. But I am a Cowboy fan, so I had to be up here to show y'all and express my extreme level of disappointment with their moves. You know what I'm saying? They always do it. You know what I'm saying? I think they signed Stephon Gilmore, though. You know what I'm saying? Another news. But then it's something else that's going on. Yeah. They better pay Trayvon Diggs because I'm not trying to hear it. And who else? Noah Brown is no longer on our team. You know what I mean? He up out of there as well. And it's something else going on, but this was the biggest news for me. You know what I'm saying? People can say what they want. They seen it coming. He ain't produced this and that. I'm going to keep on saying it. When they gave that man the ball with consistency, he produced. You know what I'm saying? It was very spotty with running the ball last year, in my opinion, as a whole. You know what I mean? Consistency with any consistency. It's far too many games that ended with the Cowboys as a whole having less than 20 carries. Like you just that's not winning football. Not for them. That doesn't cut it. Especially when you got numbers that show you when Zeke Elliott, specifically him, the guy that y'all released, when he touches the ball 20 times or more, like the record is ridiculous. It don't even make no sense. And then they go against that. It's like, what do y'all have them for, yo? And that's not me making no excuses. Like, I really be paying attention to them numbers, and I forgot them by now. But the record was ridiculous. And when they rushed for, I think it was, $150 or more as a team, like the record is not even close, my nigga. Like, it's not even close. Why would you ever go against what has constantly worked for you? I will never understand that. You can't try to explain that to me no type of way. It's like it's almost like y'all shoot yourself in the foot and sabotage your own season and games by not doing what worked. I never seen a team go against what works more than them. I never seen it, man. It's frustrating watching. Facts, man. Yeah, Noah Brown, Jay, yes, some other news. I forget what team he went to, but he up out of there. And you know he gave us a better year last year. That was one of his best years. I mean, so it's always something with these dudes. Like, and they got Stephon Gilmore, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they signed him. So we'll see, but they better pay Trayvon Diggs because I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear that he ain't get paid for no reason at all. I'm not trying to hear it, bro. Pay that man. But man, salute to the fan. Appreciate y'all. Y'all punch that like button on the way out. D-Free, appreciate you, my bro. You know, we'll be back at my normal time, like I said, 4 o'clock with a boxing conversation, man. So y'all stay tuned, and until then, y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I'll be back later for sure. So man, with that, we're gonna get up out of here. But yeah, the Cowboys is bogus, man. Justice for Zeke, bro. Justice for Zeke. A salute to the fan. Y'all stay tuned. I'll be back at 4, like I said, man. We're gonna get up out of here. Peace to the fan.